Hey everyone, what is up? It is me, Ewan from What Culture, and happy belated Star Wars Day, although I guess it is kind of Revenge of the 5th if we're still tolerating really bad Star Wars puns. But yeah, I want to talk to you all today about the Clone Wars because the final season actually has just finished airing. The series finale came out on May the 4th, and oh my god, we have a lot to talk about. It's finally ended. After 12 years, 7 seasons, and 133 episodes, George Lucas and Dave Filoni's animated Star Wars experiment has finally come to a close and reveals what happens to Captain Rex, Ahsoka Tano, and Darth Maul during the events of Order 66. It's beautiful, tense, and suitably tragic, cementing the relationship between Jedi and clone, but also master and apprentice. In that way, the final Clone Wars episode, fittingly titled Victory and Death, finds a whole new kind of salience, not just in terms of realising the potential of the prequels, but in adding another wrinkle to the fall of Anakin Skywalker once he turns to the dark side. Oh, and yeah, there are major spoilers ahead, by the way, so if you haven't seen Clone Wars Season 7's final episode, please just skedaddle elsewhere and watch it yourself, because oh my god, it is some of the best Star Wars we've ever gotten. But before I get into the intricacies of the Clone Wars series finale, it's worth providing a little context. You see, the previous 3 episodes take place during the Siege of Mandalore, which occur actually parallel with the events of Revenge of the Sith. Ahsoka, still no longer a Jedi, had led her own detachment of the 501st alongside Rex and Death Watch exile Bo-Katan to remove Maul from Mandalore after he had assassinated Duchess Satine during Season 5 of the show. However, Maul was hoping to lure his old rival Obi-Wan Kenobi to the planet instead, alongside his apprentice Anakin Skywalker, who Maul had sensed would become Darth Sidious's new apprentice, so Ahsoka showing up kind of ruins his plans.
It's all depicted so immaculately, filled to the brim with action and drama. We see Ahsoka lead the Republic assault on Mandalore and then are also treated to a lovely tie-in to Episode 3, with Obi-Wan informing Ahsoka of Anakin's secret mission to spy on the Chancellor. We then later on see another encounter with Windu and Yoda after Anakin has informed them of Palpatine's true identity during the events of the film, by which point Ahsoka had already dueled Maul and learned why he wanted Skywalker in the first place. There's still bad blood between Tano and the Jedi Order though, so she doesn't inform them of the revelation, an action she may have come to regret shortly after.
After spurning an offer to join Maul and vanquish Sidious together, Tano captures the Dark Lord and proceeds to leave Mandalore, only for Order 66 to happen and for her own clones to turn against her, including Rex. It's here she discovers the special chip embedded within all clones that contain Sidious's infamous order, and so she separates Rex from the rest of the clones and removes it, bringing us back our good old faithful captain to tie into the events of Star Wars Rebels. What follows is incredibly emotional. We see Ahsoka and Rex come to terms with the fact that their friends are now out to kill them, including Jesse. But still, Ahsoka refuses to take any of their lives, even when slightly encouraged to by Rex out of practicality more than anything else. It's an important element, and one that distinguishes Ahsoka from other Jedi. In many ways, she's kind of the best of them. Oh, and I forgot to mention that before this happened, Ahsoka had freed Maul to basically wreak havoc on the ship as a distraction, and it kind of comes back to bite her in the ass. After Maul tears through the ship and casually removes its hyperdrive to kind of throw it into a collision course with a nearby moon, he then also pours further salt in the wound by stealing Ahsoka and Rex's planned escape shuttle. Ahsoka actually hangs onto the ship for a given moment, but then senses that it's not really worth the trouble, preferring instead to apply her energy elsewhere in saving Rex, leaving Maul free to explore the galaxy and found Crimson Dawn, which obviously plays a role in Solo: A Star Wars Story, and then later on in Star Wars Rebels, where Maul is, well, he's a little bit loopy. As the Republic cruiser comes crashing down, Ahsoka throws Rex onto a nearby Y-Wing, which they both use to escape. The pair do not speak for the remainder of the episode. What follows is some of the most poignant viewing in Star Wars history. We see Ahsoka standing over a gravesite her and Rex had built for the clones that they could find, with the helmets being used to signpost each grave. It's a powerful symbol of the clones' own humanity, and for Ahsoka, whose own face was reflected in the orange paint of each helmet, it serves as a tragic reminder of the love and admiration they shared between Jedi and clone trooper. Now extinguished by an order they had no choice but to obey. It's here that Ahsoka and Rex fake their deaths, with Tano actually letting her lightsaber fall from her grasp. The two part ways until eventually reuniting in Star Wars Rebels, where Ahsoka goes by the codename of Fulcrum and actually helps the burgeoning Rebel Alliance, later to be assisted by Rex himself and Wolf and Gregor, two other clone troopers who had managed to get rid of their own ships. Of course, that's not all the episode included. After that haunting shot of Ahsoka watching over the clone's grave, we flash forward an undisclosed amount of time into the future, where we come face to face with Anakin Skywalker, now Darth Vader, on the same moon Ahsoka and Rex had just left behind. Vader comes to the same graveside that Ahsoka was watching over and finds her lightsaber, igniting the blue crystal, which is so significant for a whole host of reasons. Before Season 7 of the Clone Wars had released, fans had speculated why Ahsoka's lightsabers had been changed from green to blue, as the Ahsoka novel, which takes place after the Siege of Mandalore, actually explicitly stated that they were green like they were in the earlier seasons. So what was the deal exactly? Well, Dave Filoni actually explained why they were changed to blue the other week, and with this scene in mind, it makes perfect sense. Filoni basically explained that the altering of the lightsabers exemplified both the positive and negative aspects of Anakin's personality, as well as his relationship with Ahsoka specifically. Speaking on the Star Wars YouTube channel the other week, Filoni said that, quote, "Anakin's changing of the color can also be seen as him exerting control or being too protective, which is very Anakin. He means well, but often takes things too far when trying to express how he feels. Changing the sabers, modifying them, improving them, shows his care, but also his ego." Okay, so with that in mind, this whole scene is made even more tragic. Even though we can't see underneath Vader's helmet, the way he lingers on the lightsaber screams pure anguish. It's a memory of the man he once was and the Padawan he once taught, now both lost along with the Republic. Immediately afterwards, we get this gorgeous shot of Vader's reflection in the visor of a weathered clone trooper helmet. It's the perfect visual motif to illustrate the transition from the prequels to the original trilogy, and of Anakin's own downfall, while the act of actually taking Ahsoka's lightsaber with him shows that there's still some good in him, waiting one day to come out and bring balance to the Force. And yeah, that was our little explanation of Star Wars The Clone Wars' series finale. Please let me know what you think of the show down in the comments below. I'm a big fan, and I'm curious to see what you all thought of it as well. So yeah, please do that. Leave a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already as well. That'd be much appreciated. And don't forget to head back on over to whatculture.com/TV for more news, lists, and editorials like this every day. As always, I've been Ewan. You will follow me on Twitter at EwanRuinsThings, and I'll see you next time. May the 4th be with you, and revenge of the 5th. Bye!
YouTube, the unexpected frontier. These are the videos of whatculture.com, its continuing mission to list strange new facts, seek out news and offbeat discoveries, to boldly go where no What Culture channel has gone before.
Hey, how would you guys like to start a Star Trek channel?
Hell yeah!
No, sorry, how's he got a uniform? I've been asking for one for months now, and I'm
Providing money, I'll be sipping jippers on the beach somewhere.
Hell yeah!
Is he even
Nah, not that.
Hell yeah!
Providing any money, I'll be sipping
Literally
jippers on the beach
months I've been
somewhere.
asking for one.
Hell yeah.
Months.
Providing
Not
money,
even-
I'll be
I'm
sipping
not
jippers
trying
on the
to
beach
be-
somewhere.
Hell yeah!
Providing money, I'll be sipping jippers on the beach somewhere.
Hell yeah!
Providing money, I'll be sipping jippers on the beach somewhere.
Hell yeah!
Providing money, I'll be sipping.
Hi, I'm Marcus Bronzy, new presenter for Trek Culture, What Culture's new home for all things Star Trek related. Now, we've already got a bunch of great content like Adam Cleary's ups and downs for every new episode of Picard, and we'll of course have all of the lists and rankings that you know and love us for. Fancy yourself a Trekkie and want to contribute? Well, What Culture is hiring video editors and writers, so if you want to get involved, fire over a CV and cover letter to trekculture@whatculture.com. And while you're at it, don't forget to slap subscribe and give us a follow on Twitter. It would be a great dishonor if you didn't. I've been Captain Marcus Bronzy. Until next time, Kapla!